And I will say this: these two kids who are young, about 14, 16 years old. They asked me, we're looking for a Crystal. I said, Crystal, oh, you mean Christopher? They said, yes. Are you Christopher? And I said, yeah. And they lifted up my wallet and they said, we found your wallet. We found your wallet. And oh my God, I was like, it was a Thanksgiving miracle in some way, because they said, we were sitting on the same bus that you were a few days, today, and we found it was sitting on the wedge. Something was discomforting them, and they noticed the wallet, and they were going to come to my house to drop it off.
That's awesome. That's a great story. You know, I'll tell you what, those kids, they're 14 or 15, those are Pluto and Sagittarius kids. And Pluto and Sagittarius kids they have an inherent morality that is built into their chart. So that does not surprise me in some ways. What surprises me is, not even really surprise me, what's a great part of that story is that it actually happened, that they were actually able to find you. Their willingness to do that does not surprise me, but their finding you was great. So thanks for sharing that.
It's because of the fact that I helped others in my life. I was taught by my mother that I always have to help others.
Right.
And now that is coming full circle for me. Things are happening at a fantastic rate. I actually had also one more thing before I go. Someone made a donation to my organization, Autism New Jersey, in my name.
Oh, that's great. Well, you're on a roll, man. Just keep it going. Pay it forward.
Hey, I'm paying it forward, and I think you're going to be paying it forward too in a great way, because what I think it is you're eradicating the fundamental darkness in the universe and bringing everybody to a newer and stronger enlightenment in the upcoming year. And that's what I think is so vital this day and age.
Well, I tell you, the veils are falling there, Chris. That's my feeling. That's my sense. The veils and scales are falling away, and those of us who are, committed to living a life that's congruent with that, well, that's just what we're going to do naturally. So congratulations to you. Sounds like you had a great event. Sounds like the universe is really working with you there, and always a pleasure to hear from you, and drop by any time.
And I got to let you know that I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary coming up this December 18th. That's when I started my show last year, and it's my birthday coming up this week.
Well, hey, happy birthday, happy solar return, and I hope that 2012 is a spectacular year for you.
With many blessings to everybody in the room, and may you have a peaceful and joyous 2012, and may the light of the universe be with you, Rob.
Thank you very much, Christopher.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. There we go. Our friend Chris, Jersey Justice, 29, calling in. That's miraculous, huh? That's cool. He got his wallet returned. Third time to the store, getting those sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving. Good for you. It's a great story. Absolutely great story. But, again, that's this Pluto and Sagittarius connection. Pluto and Sagittarius kids they have this inherent morality. It's amazing. I tell you, the Pluto and Sag kids are so much different than the Pluto and Scorpio kids. And Pluto and Scorpio kids they're fascinating. If you go to my website, the last thing I did was about them. But the Pluto and Sag kids, I have a soft spot in my heart for them, obviously, because I have one. But I think we're going to see some very, very interesting. I think that the Pluto and Sag kids and the Pluto and Scorpio kids are going to be like oil and water. To be honest with you, I don't see those two generations mixing and commingling that well. Maybe even some of the Pluto and Scorpio kids get on the other side. I was threatened, by the way. If you go to my website and you read my last blog post, there are a couple Pluto and Scorpio people that chime in, and one of them kind of, gives me a veiled threat, like, hey, back off. You don't know what you're talking about, and we're going to run the show. So, just enjoy the show. Okay. I thought it was really funny that this Pluto and Scorpio person, they wrote a poem on my in the comments section. I thought it was very funny that they didn't use a name. They wrote a poem, and they didn't use a legitimate email address. They used Pamela Anderson at hotmail.com. So here they are. They're not using their name. They're not using a legitimate email address, and yet they're dropping comments in there in a very pretty veil. It was so Pluto and Scorpio that they would do that. They wouldn't even have even the faintest hint of an identity or something traceable. It's like at least come with a semi-real name. All right, it is 11:04, and if I'm not going to get any calls, see, I can't talk for 2 hours by myself. Thank you, Chris, for calling in and taking up some vital airtime. That was a good story. Excellent, excellent story. And a happy birthday to you. So it's 11:05, and I'm going to talk for another 2 minutes, and if nobody calls in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to wrap it up because I got plenty of stuff to do. I'm on a deadline with writing. So it could be a real blessing in disguise. It could be the universe telling me to get on with the rest of my day so I can actually make some cash. You're listening to Navigating the Astrological Matrix. My name is Robert Phoenix, and my website is robertphoenix.com. You can go there. You can get a reading. You can sign up for a reading. You can get a birth chart done. You can get a transit chart done. All that good stuff. Your full suite of astrological services at my website, and you can read some of my thoughts as well. And of course, the YouTube channel. And you can follow me on Twitter, Robert Phoenix on Twitter. That's also another option. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up and end today's journey into the stars. And on Friday, the Friday show, I will have Linda Kahanoff, who is the author of The Tao of Equus and a number of other books, and has her own center and ranch down in Tucson, Arizona, for the exploration of the horse as it relates to humans in consciousness, in leadership, in tribal organization, all that good stuff. Linda will be on the show. We'll talk about her work. We'll talk about the recent ruling where it is now okay to go out and slaughter wild horses. What's interesting is I believe this Friday, the movie War Horse opens up as well. So Linda and I will probably talk about War Horse and maybe the significance and the symbolism of that. All right, you've been listening to Navigating the Astrological Matrix. I'm your host, Robert Phoenix. I want to thank everybody in the chat room for being in there and chatting away. And thanks to Christopher for calling in. And again, a happy birthday to you. And I will be on Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with Linda Kahanoff. Don't miss the show. It should be a terrific one. And hopefully next Friday I will have Les Visible on. We'll talk smoky mirrors and everything that's related to his world. All right, so use your head to discern what's real, your heart to stay open to what's possible. I'm Robert Phoenix. You've been navigating the Astrological Matrix. I'll see you on Friday.
We are living in a computer-programmed reality, and the only clue we have to it is when some variable is changed and some alteration in our reality occurs. We would have the overwhelming impression that we would be living the present déjà vu, perhaps in precisely the same way, hearing the same words, saying the same things. I submit that these impressions are valid and significant, and I will only say this: such an impression is a clue that at some past time point, a variable was changed, reprogrammed as it were, and that because of this, an alternative world branched off.